Ahli yang berhormat, dengan hormatnya saya menjemput Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Lee Kim Shin, Menteri Pengangkutan, untuk menyampaikan ucapan penggulungan.
Terima kasih Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Speaker. Selamat petang, salam sejahtera dan salam seraku saya. Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Speaker, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak, Tuan Peng Sri Haji Abdul Taib Mahmud, for his insightful and far-sighted address that sets the direction for the first meeting of the second session of the 19th Sarawak Legislative Assembly. This year is indeed a very special year as we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of our beloved Sarawak with the theme Sarawak Maju Makmur that reflects the progress and development we have achieved in the past 60 years. We have witnessed Sarawak's great transformation in socio-economic growth, infrastructure development, urban expansion, and quality of life over the years. The development, particularly the expansion of road networks, airports, and ports, have triggered tremendous progress in Sarawak transportation sector. Transportation sector is one of the key enablers to catalyze socio-economic development and a symbol of the nation's progress. Overview of global transportation development and direction. Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Speaker, before I touch on the details on the progress of the task under the purview of my ministry, I would like to enlighten this august House on the direction of the transportation sector globally, as it will set the bearing on Sarawak's way forward in this sector. Commitment to achieve sustainable development goals. The transportation sector is a significant contributor to global carbon emissions, amounting to around 23% of energy-related greenhouse gas emissions. Therefore, achieving sustainable goals in the transport sector is essential for promoting sustainable development and mitigating the effects of climate change. The United Nations has set a target of achieving net zero carbon emissions in the transportation sector by 2050. This target is part of the United Nations' broader efforts to combat climate change and meet the goals outlined in the Paris Agreement. Decarbonizing transport sector. Achieving net zero carbon emissions in the transportation sector by 2050 will require a concerted effort from governments, businesses, and individuals around the world. The United Nations initiatives and policies provide a framework for achieving this goal, but their success will ultimately depend on the commitment and action of all stakeholders. Across the globe, the transportation industry is converting to biofuels, electric vehicles, and hydrogen fuel cells, and at the same time, advocating the use of public transport, intelligent transport system, cycling, and walking to reduce carbon emissions. Malaysia reaffirmed commitment to pursue net zero emissions by 2050 as outlined in the 12th Malaysia Plan. With 75% of the country's greenhouse coming from the energy and transport sectors, Malaysia is seriously looking at decarbonizing the transport sector. Sustainable and smart mobility. The global transportation sector is now moving towards smart and sustainable mobility, aims to promote the use of innovative technologies and sustainable practices. It involves the integration of different modes, shared mobility, promoting use of public transport and active transportation, such as cycling and walking, to create a more efficient and sustainable transport system. The cities are designed in a way that promotes public and active transportation. It also involves promoting compact, walkable neighborhoods with mixed land uses, which can reduce the need for long-distance travel and encourage more sustainable modes of transport. Hydrogen to power future transport sector. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, as Sarawak is moving to develop hydrogen as the solution for transport energy needs, I would like to share on the current development of hydrogen-powered vehicles worldwide. Hydrogen has emerged as a promising fuel source for the transport sector globally due to its potentials to reduce carbon emissions significantly. Hydrogen-powered vehicles emit only water vapor as a byproduct, making them a clean alternative to fossil fuel vehicles. Many automobile-producing countries like Germany, China, Korea, Japan, and the United States have been actively pursuing the use of hydrogen fuel cell technology. The Chinese government has set ambitious targets for the development of a hydrogen economy, including a goal of having 1 million fuel cell vehicles on the roads by 2030. In Germany, BMW has launched a pilot fleet of hydrogen vehicles, including the hydrogen-powered iX5 Sport Utility Vehicle, or SUV. Meanwhile, in the United States, several major automakers, including Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai, are already selling hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. In the United Kingdom, the government has set a target to ban the sale of new petrol and diesel cars by 2030 and to phase out the sale of hybrid cars by 2035. The government is also investing in the development of hydrogen refueling infrastructure, with plans to have 65 hydrogen refilling stations in operation by 2032. Japan has set a target of having 800,000 fuel cell vehicles on the road by 2030. In Europe, the European Union has set a goal of having 40 gigawatts of electrolyzer capacity by 2030, which will be enough to produce up to 10 million tons of hydrogen per year. While there are still challenges that need to be addressed, the Sarawak government's decision to venture into hydrogen production as the alternative fuel is in line with the global trend. Sustainable aviation fuel. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, let me share with this August House the global initiative by the aviation industry to reduce global greenhouse emissions by utilizing sustainable aviation fuels, or SAF. SAF is a type of biofuel that is made from sustainable feedstock, such as agricultural waste, forest residue, and non-crops, such as algae biomass. According to the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, the aviation industry is responsible for 2.5% of the total global carbon emissions. ICAO has endorsed the 2050 ICAO vision for sustainable aviation fuels to commit all stakeholders to work towards SAF in the efforts to address climate change. In line with the 2050 ICAO vision, the International Air Transport Association, IATA, member airlines are committed to achieve net zero carbon emissions from their operations by 2050. Aircraft manufacturers, including Boeing, have been actively pursuing the use of SAF and set a target of using 100% SAF for all its commercial aircraft operations by 2030. Looking at the global demand for SAF, the Sarawak government is moving on the right track in developing the SAF through the algae biomass. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I am very happy to inform this August House of a historical event that took place just more than an hour ago. We witnessed Sarawak created a new milestone in the aviation industry. For the first time today, an aircraft, Airbus A220-300 from Air Baltic, landed at Kuching International Airport. And what is most historical is that this aircraft was refueled with sustainable aviation fuel made in Sarawak. And our Premier boarded this aircraft to Langkawi to attend the Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Lima. The SAF, or Sustainable Aviation Fuel, was produced from algae, which is green energy. And based on the global trend I've just outlined just now, this augurs very well for Sarawak in terms of Sarawak economy. It will be another new source of revenue for Sarawak. I would like, therefore, here to call upon all our honorable members of this August House to extend our heartiest congratulations to our Premier for his vision. And today, his vision has become a reality that we have now successfully produced SAF, and that SAF is now being used by an Airbus, and that Airbus is flying to Langkawi with our Premier as one of the passengers on board. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, river economy. The United Nations recognize the importance of rivers as a mode of transport, particularly in the developing countries where river transport can provide an affordable and environmentally sustainable means of moving goods and people. Countries like the Netherlands, Belgium, and Canada have successfully developed and modernized their inland waterways, including canals and rivers, through the development of ports and infrastructure networks to boost their economy. These countries have effectively leveraged on their river networks to promote economic growth, enhance trade, develop sustainable transportation system, and river tourism. They recognize the value of the rivers by developing it into an intermodal transportation system that complement road and air transport. In Sarawak, we are blessed with 36 rivers that are well connected through extensive network of tributaries. This river system has contributed significantly to the socio-economic growth and the livelihood of our population. Despite the progress made on land transport network, Sarawak must continue to develop the potential of our rivers for further development of the water transport network. Transforming the transportation sector. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, the Ministry of Transport Sarawak is actively working with all relevant stakeholders to transform Sarawak's transportation sector. We recognize the importance of a well-functioning transportation system to facilitate socio-economic development and improve quality of life. My ministry has taken steps to improve the infrastructure and regulation framework for all transport sectors, namely aviation, land, logistics, maritime, and riverine. It is my ministry's aspiration to provide a reliable, affordable, safe, accessible, and comfortable and energy-efficient public transport for the rakyat. Post-COVID Development Strategy, PCDS 2030. Under the Post-COVID Development Strategy of PCDS 2030, my ministry is implementing several game-changing projects to advance Sarawak's in socio-economic growth, taking into consideration social inclusion and environmental sustainability. Transportation sector as enabler. Let me talk about the transportation sector, how it can complement the PCDS plan to become a high-income economy and develop Sarawak by 2030. Transportation is the key enabler to catalyze the development of major economic sectors, especially agriculture, tourism, mining, and manufacturing. At the same time, it is a major driver for making Sarawak the preferred investment and tourism destination. My ministry is taking initiatives to develop a well-designed and integrated transportation system that can support economic growth, improve quality of life, and create new opportunities for businesses and communities. Transforming Sarawak's transportation sector through Kuching Urban Transportation System, or KUTS, and Autonomous Rapid Transit, ART project. Tan Sri Dr. Speaker, Autonomous Rapid Transit, or ART, is one of the initiatives taken by the Sarawak government to transform our transportation sector. Let me update this August House on the reason why the Sarawak government is taking a bold decision to implement ART project in Sarawak, starting with Kuching City. The ART system is designed to provide a more reliable, efficient, and sustainable mode of public transport for the rakyat, with the aim to reduce traffic congestion and improve mobility in the city. We are glad to declare that Kuching is the first city outside China to implement the hydrogen ART system. The Sarawak government has decided on the ART system over the light rail transit ART because ART is more flexible, cost-effective, and sustainable transport option to meet the needs of the rakyat. ART systems are known to be less expensive to construct compared to LRT. This is due to the fact that ART can be built on existing roads and does not require extensive infrastructure that LRT does. In comparison to the cost of the LRT project in Klang Valley, for example, the estimated cost of ART in Kuching is approximately 1/3 of the cost of LRT. Presently, the ART estimated cost in Kuching is about 70 million per kilometer compared to 270.27 million per kilometer of LRT in Klang Valley. The system can be easily expanded and modified to meet changing transportation needs because ART vehicles are more flexible, whereby it can be added or removed from the network system without affecting the overall operation. Kuching ART will be a more sustainable transportation option in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals because it will be powered by green hydrogen. In this regard, it is important for everyone to understand the reason behind the move by the Sarawak government to develop ART in Sarawak. Therefore, now I would like to provide an overview of ART development around the world, including the Middle East, Australia, Japan, and China. ART development in the Middle East. In the Middle East, there have been proposals and discussion about the potential implementation of ART system in the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. The Department of Municipalities and Transport, Abu Dhabi, in December 2022, had announced 3 ART lines to serve Yas Island and Saadiyat Island as part of the Dubai Metro Line. In Saudi Arabia, there have been discussions about the potential implementation of ART system as part of the country's ambitious Vision 2030 plan, which aims to modernize and diversify their economy. ART development in Australia. In Australia, it was reported that modern light rail systems are expected to adopt automation technologies, including trackless trams, to improve network safety and navigation. The City of Adelaide is planning for the implementation of the ART system, while transport experts in Perth also advocate the introduction of ART. Learning from Japan's experiences. I have visited Hiroshima Dentetsu Line and Usonomiya Line in Japan to study the management and operation of Japan's tram, which is similar to the ART operation. Through benchmarking our ART plan against Japan's successful premium transit system, we have gained invaluable insights. The visit to Usonomiya Lines provided us with a unique opportunity to witness the testing and commissioning phase of a new tram line. The Usonomiya lines have been designed with transit signal priority, or TSP, at selected junctions, granting the tram priority over other vehicles. It is worth noting the similarities between the Usonomiya lines and our own Kuching Urban Transportation System ART project. Both Kuching and Usonomiya, in terms of populations, are considered small cities embarking on their first ever rapid transit form of public transportation. The implementation of transit signal priority in the KUTA's ART system will be a standalone feature, echoing the practices we observe in Japan. Apart from that, we also had the opportunity to witness the operation of the Automated Guideway Transit, or AGT system, for the Nippori Tonari Line in Japan. Similar to our ART, this driverless train system is also a trackless rubber-tired transit system. Learning from China experiences in ART and hydrogen-powered transport development. China is the first country to build and implement the autonomous rail transit ART system in the world. The ART system in China is part of the country's effort to develop innovative transportation solutions that are more cost-effective and environmentally friendly. The first ART system was developed and implemented by CRRC, Chuzhou Institute Company Limited, a subsidiary of the China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation, or CRRC. The ART system is currently in operation in 5 cities in China, namely Chuzhou, Yiping, Haping, Wujiang, and in Linkan, a new township located southeast of Shanghai. In the case of Linkan, system is known as the Intelligent Digital Rail Transport System, or IDRT. The ART system in Chuzhou has been operational since 2018. The system is a cutting-edge, railless electric transport that utilizes autonomous driving technology. The ART vehicles in Chuzhou can operate at a maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour and can carry up to 300 passengers per vehicle. The system is designed to provide a more cost-effective public transport that can supplement existing bus and subway system. Meanwhile, the ART system in Yiping has been operational since 2019. The system consists of electric-powered ART vehicles that run on a dedicated track. The system is designed to provide a safe, efficient, and environmentally friendly mode of public transportation that supplement the existing transit system in Yiping. In Yiping, the ART vehicles are designed for a maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour. However, due to the traffic condition, it operates at an average speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Each vehicle can carry up to 307 passengers per trip. All the vehicles are equipped with sensors and cameras that enable them to operate autonomously, detect and avoid obstacles, and follow a predetermined route. They are also equipped with a wireless charging system that charges the batteries while the vehicle is in motion. Shanghai Hydrogen ART. Hydrogen-powered ART system with vehicles using state-of-the-art magnetic guidance technology is currently under testing in Linkan City, located in the Pudong new area of Shanghai. The system is using a trackless tram line of 21.7 kilometers connecting Hongyin Square Station to the Tishui Lake Metro Station. Progress of the KUTS and ART project. Tan Sri Datama Speaker, I would like to enlighten this August House on the progress of Kuching Urban Transportation System, KUTS, with a focus on the ART project. I believe everyone is excited to know the progress of this project. I'm glad to inform that the ART project is progressing according to our plan with transparency and good governance practices. The phase one of the KUTS project involves the design, construction, and commissioning of the 3 ART lines, namely Blue Line from Rumbus to Hitma Exchange, a distance of 27.6 kilometers. You can look at the screen, the three lines, the blue, the red, and the green line. The red line from Kuching Central to Pending, which is 12.3 kilometers, and the green line from Pending to Damai Central, 30 kilometers. So we have a total length of 69.9 kilometers. The blue, red, and green lines are expected to be completed in Q4 of 2025, Q4 of 2026, and Q4 of 2027, respectively. As of the first quarter 2023, the overall actual progress for phase one is 8.2% against the scheduled progress of 8.33%. The total expenditure until December 2022 is 63.5 million ringgit. The launching of the Rumbus depot construction on 16 December 2022 marked the commencement of phase one of our ART project. The Rumbus depot will serve as a central hub for ART's operations and administration, mechanical and infrastructure workshops, stabling yard, as well as the hydrogen refilling facilities. Concurrently, as of May 2023, Sarawak Metro has awarded 16 contracts for consultancy services with a total sum of 179.67 million. Construction commenced with the advanced work for Rumbus Depot, awarded to Hock Seng Lee, Senior Berhad in October 2022 at a cost of 64.33 million. The scope of works includes site clearing, utilities relocation, and earthworks. I would like to highlight that the procurement for System Package 1 was done through open tender, which was advertised locally and internationally. Subsequently, the System Package 1 was awarded to EPR Mobiles GRGV Senior Berhad in June 2022 at a cost of 1.425 billion ringgit. The System Package 1 comprises various components, including design, engineering, procurement, manufacture, assemble, testing, and commissioning, and handover of hydrogen vehicles, depot equipment, and maintenance vehicles, automatic platform gate, and signaling and control system. Similarly, the system package 2 was also procured through open tender. The contract was awarded to DOM EEB JV Sdn Bhd with a contract sum of 448 million. The components of system package 2 include telecommunication, supervisory control and data acquisition, automatic fare collection, computerized maintenance management system, operation control center, and information technology system. Let me highlight the upcoming works and tenders for this project. The open tender notice for the construction and completion of Rhombus Depot Package contract was advertised on 16 May 2023 and will close on 12 July 2023. The tender for ART alignment and station work package contracts comprising the civil, infrastructure, mechanical, and electrical works along Blue Line from Rhombus to Riviera and Red Line from Kuching Central to Pending will be called tentatively between third and fourth quarter of this year, respectively. As part of the components of the KUTS project, we will deploy hydrogen feeder bus to provide first and last mile connectivity to the ART stations. In this respect, the tender for the hydrogen feeder bus and bus integrated system contracts will be called tentatively in the third quarter of this year. I am pleased to inform that the prototype ART hydrogen vehicle has successfully completed the stage 1 of the proof of concept exercise at the CRRC Chuzhou Institute Company Limited facility in China in March this year. My team and I had the opportunity to witness the exercise and even board on our ART for more than 1 hour ride. You can see that on the screen. That is our ART, which is already the first proof of concept vehicle already completed. After the successful stage 1 testing in China, the stage 2 of the proof of concept exercise will be carried out here in Kuching. The prototype ART hydrogen vehicle is tentatively scheduled to arrive by the end of July this year. An engineering run will be conducted at the Isthmus area from September to October 2023. Subsequently, the testing of the prototype vehicle along the 3-kilometer ART lane of the Kuching-Samarkand Expressway tentatively in November 2023. The construction of the ART lane is still ongoing. The engineering run and proof of concept exercise are very important for us to assess the vehicle's performance, which is crucial to facilitate the development of the system. Besides the technical testing purposes, we believe that the POC exercise will provide an opportunity for the public to see for themselves the ART in action. Being a responsible government, we in the GPS government are walking the talk. We hope through this exercise, it will help to clear some doubts among the public or even among the members of the opposition on the Sarawak government's seriousness to implement the ART project in Kuching. Performance of hydrogen bus trial operation. Tan Sri Dato' Mas Speaker, we began the trial operations of the hydrogen bus since 2020 to assess its ability and suitability to operate in our weather and environment. Through our trial operations, the 3 hydrogen buses are found to be fit for its purpose. During the period from September 2020 to April 2023, the total bus passengers recorded was 33,929 with an average ridership of 1,346 per month. Land transport and logistic development. Performance of Sarawak land transport. Tan Sri Dato' Mas Speaker, collaborations between governments, businesses, and communities can help to identify and address the transport challenges such as congestion and accessibility, while at the same time creating opportunities for innovation and investment in the transport sector. This can lead to a more integrated and sustainable transport system that benefits both the economy and society. Sarawak Public Transport Committee. The Sarawak government has established the Sarawak Public Transport Committee on 21st November 2019 under the purview of my ministry. The committee serves as a single platform for all stakeholders, the government and private sectors, to address and find solutions to transport issues. The committee also considers the accessibility of transport for persons with disabilities and the provision of active transport infrastructures such as cycling paths, covered walkways, and facilities. Collaborations of all parties is critical to create an effective and efficient transport system in Sarawak. A similar committee was also set up at the divisional level, chaired by the resident, to ensure that all local issues are not overlooked. So far, all divisions have convened their respective meetings and highlighted various issues and concerns pertaining to public transport. The inputs and data from the committee are crucial for the ministry to chart the way forward to improve and upgrade the public transport system in all divisions. Sarawak Urban Traffic Management Committee. For the information of this August House, urban traffic is affected by various policies, regulations, projects, and programs carried out by both Sarawak and federal departments and agencies. We believe the best approach to urban traffic management involves collaboration among stakeholders to develop a comprehensive, integrated, and sustainable transportation system that serves the needs of all citizens. By working together, government agencies, private companies, and public transportation providers can improve mobility, reduce congestion, ease movement of goods, and enhance the overall quality of life in urban areas. In this regard, the government has established the Sarawak Urban Traffic Management Committee on 26 September 2022 under the purview of my ministry. The committee serves as a platform for all relevant stakeholders to coordinate pertinent issues of urban traffic and plan for holistic solutions for urban mobility. A similar committee has also been established at the divisional level. The committee highlighted issues and recommendations of my ministry to take up to resolve the issues in a holistic manner. Sarawak Road Safety Council. Road accidents in Sarawak are indeed alarming, and based on the Royal Malaysia Police Department report, Sarawak recorded 27,793 road accidents in 2022 compared to 23,861 cases in 2020, an increase of 16%. As of April 2023, there are 9,504 accident cases recorded in Sarawak. Based on these statistics, motorcar vehicles recorded the highest case, amounting for more than half of the total cases, followed by four-wheel drive vehicles and motorcycles. My ministry views road safety seriously. In this regard, we are implementing various programs and initiatives under the Sarawak Road Safety Council to increase public awareness on road safety. Implementation of traffic games. For information of this August House, traffic games were started in Sarawak in 1963, known as Shell Traffic Game, and the last game was organized in 2015. My ministry is reviving the traffic game as one of the initiatives to instill discipline and adherence to traffic rules and regulations to educate road safety among the school children. The games will be known as Sarawak Traffic Games. My ministry will organize the game in Kuching, Cebu, Bintulu, Miri, Srike, and Sri Aman. These towns have existing traffic gardens, which my ministry plans to improve and upgrade before we implement the games. I'm glad to announce that the Sarawak government has approved 1.6 million ringgit for the upgrading and improvement of these traffic gardens. Transport Awareness Behavioral Change, or ABC program. My ministry is also implementing the Transport Awareness Behavioral Change, ABC program, with the objective to address road users' behavior and improve road safety. We are aware that irresponsible behavior of road users is one of the major factors contributing to unsafe road use and road congestion. Provision of transport infrastructures and systems alone cannot solve traffic congestion if we do not cast away the risky and dangerous behaviors on the road. The ABC program comprises a series of awareness activities on road safety for road users, alertness on traffic regulations, and to increase the usage of public transport. Through seminars, workshops, and interactive activities with the public, my ministry hopes to engineer change in their behavior and attitude towards road safety, traffic regulations, and enforcement measures, and to promote the use of public transport. Performance of RM1 flat rate bus fare subsidy program. The Sarawak government has implemented several initiatives to help the rakyat, especially the low income and B40 group, to reduce their burden. Through my ministry, the government has implemented the RM1 flat rate bus fare subsidy program since 2020 with the aim to reduce transportation costs and provide better access to urban public transport. By providing a flat rate fare of RM1 on designated bus routes, the program has benefited the B40 group, which are dependent on bus services as their daily mode of transport. It is also the aim of our ministry that this program will encourage people who use private vehicles to wish to public transport in our efforts to reduce traffic congestions in urban areas. Currently, the program involves 11 bus companies operating on 56 routes in the urban areas of Kuching, Samarhan, Miri, Cebu, and Bintulu. In addition to the current routes, my ministry is considering to expand the program to other towns in Sarawak. I am pleased to report to this August House that the RM1 flat rate bus fare subsidy program has been a resounding success since its implementation. Our analysis show that the ridership has increased up to 50% since its implementation. From approximately 200,000 ridership per month in 2020, the ridership has risen to almost 300,000 per month in 2022. This shows that our rakyat is now more attracted to use bus for daily commute. As a result of this program, we can see positive impacts to the number of stage bus operating in Sarawak has increased about 30.8% from 107 buses in 2020 to 140 buses in 2022. With more buses on the road, commuters can expect shorter waiting times and more frequencies, making public transportation a more reliable and convenient and attractive option. Improvement to stage bus services. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, stage bus play a very important role to provide services to the urban dwellers. Knowing that certain group of urban dwellers is depending on stage bus for daily commute, my ministry is giving serious attention to upgrading the service. It is the intention of my ministry to increase the number of buses and service frequencies covering more routes and wider areas. In this regard, we are working closely with the federal government to implement the Stage Bus Service Transformation Program, or SBST. In our efforts to understand the needs of the rakyat and industry players, my ministry is undertaking a survey on public transport to gauge the public perception and understand the behavior of the people with respect to the usage of land public transport in Sarawak. Free school bus program. Through Yayasan Sarawak Free School Bus Program, the Sarawak government is providing free transport service for school students from the B40 families to ease their burden. My ministry is planning and monitoring this program together with Yayasan Sarawak. This program also aims to overcome the problem of absenteeism and dropouts among students due to transportation constraints. It benefits a total of 7,666 students in Kuching, Cebu, and Miri Division. My ministry, together with Yayasan Sarawak, is strengthening the implementation of the program to ensure it meets the right target group. In this regard, Yayasan Sarawak has introduced a digitalized electronic card called My Yayasan System. Establishment of commercial lorry vehicles parking facilities. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, we are aware on the issue of the lack of parking facilities for heavy vehicles in major cities and towns in Sarawak. Lorries and trucks are moving freely along the roads in major cities and towns, as well as parking indiscriminately. This has compromised the safety of road users and obstructed the traffic flow. My ministry is planning for a holistic and forward-looking solution of this issue, and we believe that the government must facilitate the transport industry players to ensure a competitive business ecosystem in the long run. In this regard, my ministry is planning to build an integrated lorry terminal in every major town, starting with Miri Lorry Terminal as the pilot project. The Miri Terminal is currently under design stage, while the sites for similar projects in Bintulu and Serike have been approved. Implementation of smart traffic lights. In terms of urban traffic management, we have seen tremendous technological advancement worldwide that makes the work of city council and enforcement authorities easier. In this regard, we propose to introduce smart traffic management technology to manage our urban traffic. My ministry is working closely with the relevant authorities to implement smart traffic lights using SCATS system, or SCATS system, throughout Sarawak. Smart traffic lights will help to reduce traveling time as it is equipped with artificial intelligence, or AI, for automatic or adaptive signal retiming based on live traffic data. We are planning to convert more traffic light junctions to smart traffic light system starting from this year. As of today, we have 100 SCATS or SCATS traffic lights, of which 31 are managed by JKR, while DBKU and MBKS manage 14 and 16 traffic lights respectively. The rest were installed in the other towns in Sarawak. Maritime and riverine transport sector. Performance of maritime and riverine transport. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, now let me highlight the progress and performance of the maritime and riverine sector. My ministry, through Sarawak Rivers Board and Sarawak Buoys and Lights Board, will continue to upgrade and improve riverine infrastructures and landing facilities to ensure river navigational safety. Malaysia has ratified the International Maritime Organization IMO conventions, namely Safety of Life at Sea 1974 or SOLAS 74, and Marine Oil Pollution Convention 1973 or MAPOL 73-78. Therefore, my ministry is ensuring the aids to navigation are properly installed to comply with the International Association of Marine Aids to Navigation and Lighthouse Authority, or IALA. The auditing of compliance by the IMO Member State Audit Scheme is scheduled in September this year. In line with Sarawak's government's initiative to promote river-based tourism, recreation activities, and water sport activities, my ministry is preparing a holistic action plan for river navigational safety and cleanliness. We are preparing the plan to improve river navigation along Sungai Sarawak, stretching from Kuching Waterfront to Siniawan Town jetty. At the same time, we are studying the best approach to tackle the water hyacinth or gondok air, or as the Malay now call it, the parok problem that are obstructing our river navigation and safety, especially in Batang Oya and Sungai Miri. Currently, my ministry is in the process of selecting a consultant to undertake the study. Sarawak Rivers Board, Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker. Now I would like to update this August House on the key focus areas of the Sarawak Rivers Board and agency under the purview of my ministry. Sarawak Rivers Board, or SRB, is responsible to regulate any riverine activities in gazetted rivers. Since January this year, SRB processed 57 applications for permits for pipeline and cable laying, water sport activities, and building of wharves, jetties, and bridges. Besides riverine safety, SRB is also focusing on the safety of navigation within specified water bodies, such as Bakun, Murun, Batang Air, and Bengo reservoirs. Together with officers from my ministry, I have visited Bakun and Bengo Dam reservoir, and we have seen by ourselves the critical needs of markers, signages, and lights for the safety of boat users. Following our visit, 4 units of aids to navigation were installed at Bakun, 2 units at Murum, 5 units at Batang Air, and 5 units at Bengo Reservoir. We treasure our rivers, and therefore Sarawak Rivers Board is continuously organizing community programs to clean up rivers for safer navigation as well as for recreational purposes. Other than that, SRB is also entrusted to look after 197 wharves and passenger landing facilities throughout Sarawak. This year, an allocation amounting to 1.587 million was approved for the repair and maintenance of the defective facilities. As we are aware, the Sungai Sarawak Barrage has been in operation for over 26 years since 1997. My ministry will continue to pay serious attention on the maintenance and upgrading of the infrastructure and facilities to ensure the barrage performs to the best of its function. A consultant is to be appointed to carry out the scoring study and design of the remedial works at the Sungai Sarawak Barrage. Boys and Lights Board. Now I would like to enlighten this August House on the activities undertaken by the Sarawak Boys and Lights Board, the Maritime Safety Authority, under the purview of my ministry. The board is responsible in managing navigation safety aids to facilitate the safe navigation of vessels sailing into Sarawak ports. This includes the construction and maintenance of buoys, leading lights, and lighthouses. It is the responsibility of the board to ensure all navigation aids perform in compliance with the standard of ILA. Apart from the aids to navigation, ETON, the board also produced Sarawak navigation charts and the tide tables that provide information about shoreline features to ensure safe navigation. The board plans to upgrade all navigation aids with the latest technology for better reliability. An online management system for revenue collection and asset management has also been designed and put into use. The system facilitates the efficiency of revenue collection for the board. The assurance of maritime safety, including the safety and security of shipping, the environment, and human life, is crucial to attract major shipping companies into ports throughout Sarawak. Air connectivity and aviation industry. I would like to inform this August House on the progress and development of the aviation industry in Sarawak. Air connectivity plays a crucial role to unlock the economic potential of a country by facilitating trade, investment, and tourism. It supports the growth of domestic industries, promotes regional development, as well as improves access to healthcare and education. Performance of Sarawak aviation industry. From January 2022 until the first quarter of this year, the total number of aircraft and passengers movement to all the airports and stall ports in Sarawak were 153,042 aircraft movements, carrying 10.9 million passengers. The flights are mainly from Kuala Lumpur, Kota Kinabalu, Johor, Penang, Kota Baru, Labuan, Negara, Brunei Darussalam, and Singapore. During the same period, a total of 80,398 tons of cargo was recorded, which consists of electrical and electronic goods, oil and gas equipments, e-commerce goods, dangerous goods, namely flammable materials, perishable goods such as fruits and fresh flowers, and general cargo such as fabrics and clothing. Kuching International Airport handled the most cargo with 63,375 tons, followed by Miri Airport with 9,552 tons, Cebu Airport 3,712 tons, Bintulu Airport 2,414 tons, and the rest to Sarawak stall ports. In terms of the number of flights, since early this year, there were 447 weekly Malaysia domestic flights from Kuala Lumpur, Kota Kinabalu, Johor Bahru, Penang, Kota Baru, and Labuan to Sarawak. Kuching International Airport received 232 flights weekly, and followed by Miri Airport with 93 flights, Cebu Airport 74 flights, Bintulu Airport 36 flights, Mulu 7 flights, Lawas 2 flights, and Limbang with 3 flights weekly. The routes are served by AirAsia, Malaysia Airlines, Firefly, Marswing, and My Airline. For domestic flight within Sarawak, there were 586 flights weekly connecting Sarawak major cities, towns, and rural settlements under RAS. Among the major airports, Miri handled the highest number with 156 flights weekly, followed by Kuching, 140 flights, Cebu, 66 flights, and Bintulu, 44 flights operated by AirAsia, Malaysia Airlines, and Marswing. For the information of this August House, Firefly has taken over the Malaysian airline routes for Kuching, Miri, and Kuching, Kota Kinabalu, starting from 16 May 2023. As for international flights, Sarawak recorded 41 weekly flights, mostly from Singapore and Negara Brunei Darussalam. Kuching International Airport recorded 27 flights weekly, Miri Airport 10 flights weekly, and Cebu Airport 4 flights weekly. The routes are served by AirAsia Berhad, Malaysia Airlines Berhad, Scoot, and Royal Brunei Airlines. I am pleased to inform this August House that Kuching will have its direct connectivity to Jakarta by Indonesia AirAsia X, having its inaugural flight this coming 15 June 2023, serving the route with 3 flights weekly. The function and membership in Malaysia Aviation Commission. Malaysian Aviation Commission, or MAVCOM, is an independent body established under the Malaysian Aviation Commission Act 2015. MAVCOM functions include regulating economic matters relating to civil aviation industry, providing a mechanism for protection of consumers, providing a mechanism for dispute resolution between aviation industry players, administering and managing air traffic rights, and advising the government, including administering and managing routes under public service obligations. I'm glad to inform this August House that the Sarawak government now has a representative in the Malaysia Aviation Commission. The federal government had officially appointed the Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Transport Sarawak as a member of MAVCOM for a period of 3 years, effective 28 March 2023. The appointment signifies the recognition of Sarawak's voice in setting the direction of the aviation industry in Malaysia. With this appointment, Sarawak will be able to drive its aviation industry forward and be more responsive to the needs of the people. Public service obligations under rural air services. Under the Public Service Obligation, or PSO, the federal government provides a subsidy for rural air services, RAS, in Sarawak for routes which are not commercially feasible. These routes are operated by MESYUARAT. From January 2022 until the first quarter of this year, MESYUARAT have flown a total of 471,736 passengers and 1,345 tons of cargo within the routes under RAS. The Sarawak government is working with MAVCOM and MESYUARAT to maximize the available seats and optimize the government's PSO subsidy by introducing hybrid flexi plan which manages the capacity and demand during peak and off-peak period. Additional flights during festive season. My ministry is aware on the demand for air travel during festive season and school holidays. In this regard, we are working closely with MAVCOM and the airlines to ensure enough flights and seats to various destinations at an affordable airfare. My ministry had communicated with the Ministry of Transport Malaysia and engaged with the relevant airlines to increase flight frequency during festive seasons, including for the upcoming Hari Gawai Dayak celebration and school holidays. As a result of our good rapport with the Ministry of Transport Malaysia, they have considered our request. I'm glad to note the announcement by the Minister for Transport Malaysia on a subsidy for flight tickets from Peninsular Malaysia to Sabah and Sarawak for Keamatan Festival and Hari Raya Dayak. With one-way airfare capped at a maximum of Ringgit Malaysia 300, excluding taxes and fees, it will reduce the cost of travelling. All major airlines, including Malaysia Airlines, Firefly, AirAsia, My Airline, and Batak Air, participate in this subsidy program. Airfare, flight rescheduling and cancellation. My ministry has received feedbacks from the public on high airfares, flight rescheduling and cancellations. As reported by airlines, the issues were caused by operational, technical, and bad weather conditions. For the information of this August House, the Malaysian Aviation Consumer Protection Court, MCPC, was further enhanced in 2019 to protect consumer interests in air travel. In this respect, I would like to urge complainants to contact relevant airlines authorities to resolve the issue. The complainant can complain to MAVCOM if they are not satisfied with the airline's response via MAVCOM website or www.flysmart.my. The dynamic pricing mechanism is a practice adopted by most airlines globally as a mechanism to set airfares based on demand and market conditions. Nonetheless, my ministry will propose to MAVCOM to develop a workable ceiling price for flights from Peninsula and Sabah to Sarawak without jeopardizing the airline's competitive edge and ability to offer discount and promotional airfares. Strengthening Sarawak's transportation sector. Collaboration with the federal government agencies. Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, although the transport sector is under the purview of the federal government, we need to ensure that the federal policies, projects and programs meet the needs of Sarawak transport sector. Therefore, my ministry is collaborating with the Ministry of Transport Malaysia, Road Transport Department, JPJ, Police Department, Puspacom, Commercial Vehicle Licensing Board or CVLB, Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research Bureaus, Marine Department, Malaysian Aviation Commission, Civil Aviation Authority Malaysia, and Malaysia Airport Holding Berhad. Where possible, and in line with our rights specified under the Malaysia Agreement 1963, my ministry will be proposing to the federal government to delegate certain authorities to Sarawak agencies to facilitate and improve the efficiency. cross-border initiatives. The Indonesian government has officially announced their plan to relocate its capital city from Jakarta to Nusantara in East Kalimantan, reportedly to commence operation in 2024. Sarawak must strategize and position herself to gain socio-economic benefits and complement the development of Nusantara. One of the fundamental aspects that we need to focus on is to enhance our connectivity with Kalimantan, especially through land transport and air connectivity. In line with the Sarawak government's initiative to increase the number of tourists and visitors from Indonesia by land, my ministry has enhanced our effort to facilitate the express bus service operation between Kuching and Pontianak. The Kuching-Pontianak bus service has recorded an average of 3,650 passengers per month since it was resumed on 1 September 2022. Moving forward, my ministry is working closely with the Consulate General of Indonesia to establish new cross-border bus routes between Kuching and Singkawang in West Kalimantan to the Biawak-Aruk ICQ. Currently, the decision is still pending the Ministry of Transport Malaysia further engagement with the Ministry of Transport Indonesia. At the same time, we are working closely with the relevant authorities to upgrade and improve facilities at the ICQ Biawak for this purpose. My ministry is also playing an active role in BIMYAGA and SOSEC Malindo, or Socio-Economic Cooperation between Malaysia and Indonesia. Through the close collaboration with the Indonesian counterparts, my ministry can work further on many transport-related initiatives on a win-win basis. At the same time, my ministry is working closely with the Consul General of Brunei Darussalam in Kuching to facilitate cross-border movement of people and goods. Among our focus are to create a smooth and seamless movement of traffic at all ICQS between Sarawak and Negara Brunei Darussalam. Response to specific issues raised by honourable members of this August House. Riverine and maritime issues. In response to the question asked by the honourable member for report, the proposed new commercial wharf in Sirike has been submitted to the government consideration under the mid-term review of the 12th Malaysia Plan. The new wharf is proposed on the existing ferry ramp site located on a road reserve between Lot 271 and Lot 374, Block 37, Sirike Land District. In response to the issue raised by Honourable Member for Belingian on the river pollution issue in Belingian District, I would like to inform this August House that Sarawak Rivers Board is conducting river safety and cleanliness programs every year. My ministry will work closely with Sarawak Rivers Board and other relevant agencies such as NREB and Department of Environment to tackle the pollution issues in all rivers in Sarawak. Land transport and logistic issues. In response to the issue raised by Honourable Member for Repong, I am glad to inform that the site for lorry terminal in Sirike has been approved by the government. The request for funding for this project has been submitted to the government for consideration and approval under mid-term review of the 12th Malaysia Plan. On the issue of lorry drivers raised by the honourable members for Telang, Usan and Padungan, I would like to inform that most lorry transport services are run by companies and these drivers are employed or contracted by them. These companies, whether they belong to quarry owners, developers, contractors or transporters, must comply with the weight limit regulation. The government, through the enforcement agencies like JPJ and PDRM, carry out regular operations to ensure compliance to the weight limit and to ensure safety of all road users. In the areas that do not have a weighing station, these agencies will deploy mobile weighing machines. All lorry associations should cooperate to ensure their lorry drivers comply to the permitted weight as regulated by CVLP. Likewise, all lorry permit holders should also cooperate and comply with the requirement. Therefore, if all of them comply, they will not be detected by the companies concerned to breach the regulation for the company's benefit. I would like to thank the Honourable Member for Tebudu for raising his concern on foreigners benefiting from the RM1 flat rate bus fare subsidy program. This program was approved by the Sarawak government and launched in May 2020. Based on the agreement signed between the Sarawak government and bus operators, the objectives of the program are A, to address traffic congestion in the urban areas, and at the same time promote the usage of public transport, bus transport. B, to lighten the financial burden of daily bus commuters, especially for the low-income group, B40, to address the issue of illegal para-transit, van sapu services, and to revive the operation of the routes that are not being served. I would like to highlight that the current agreement did not specify any conditions for foreigners. In this regard, my ministry is reviewing the current implementation model with the objective to strengthen the monitoring mechanism, whereby ensuring more effective utilization of our financial resources. It is our utmost priority to optimize the benefits of the program, particularly for the targeted recipients, which is the B40 group. As for the Kereta Sewa, permits are issued by the Commercial Vehicle Licensing Board according to the zone whereby the van can operate on a door-to-door basis. Meanwhile, the bus operates according to the CVLB approved route, and therefore there should not be any competition between the Kereta Sewa and stage bus. In response to the suggestion by the Honourable Member for Setakan on railway to Kalimantan, my ministry take note of this matter. Aviation sector issues. In the aviation sector, I am pleased to note the suggestions by the Honourable Members for Kota Sentosa and Serumbu for Sarawak Boutique Airlines to commence as soon as possible. For the information of Honourable Members of this August House, the proposed airline is still at the preliminary application stage. With regard to the issue of Miri Airport Terminal, I would like to inform the Honourable Member for Pujut that the application for terminal building expansion, additional facilities for rural air service operation, and 2 new aero bridges have been submitted by the Ministry of Transport Malaysia for approval under the Rolling Plan 4 of the 12th Malaysia Plan. On the issue pertaining to the international direct flight between Cebu and Singapore, we are aware that the airline's flight planning for this route has been extended from 28 March 2023 to 27 October 2023. For information of the Honourable Member for Bukit Asek, my ministry will take up this matter with the airline concerned. Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, each ministry is unique, and the strategies to strengthen the organization vary depending on its function, size, work culture, and challenges. By strengthening various aspects of the organization, such as processes, systems, and structure, becomes better equipped to handle challenges and achieve its objective. Review of policy and procedures. For the information of this August House, most of the existing laws pertaining to transport matters are under federal legislation. Hence, my ministry is currently reviewing the relevant ordinances and regulations under its agencies, as well as policies, to identify gaps in the legal framework and, wherever possible, for devolution of power under a Malaysia Agreement 1963. Digitalization of the Ministry of Transport Sarawak processes and procedures. In line with the aspirations of the Sarawak government and responding to the technological advancement and trend in service delivery, my ministry will embark on digitalization initiatives through its existing programs and activities. Presently, we are in the process of creating a project monitoring system and database to monitor all the projects under my ministry. Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, I would like to emphasize that expediting the development of the transport sector is key to drive progress for Sarawak, as it plays a crucial role in fostering economic growth, social cohesion, and environmental sustainability. By boosting our transport infrastructure, we empower industries, facilitate trade, create employment opportunities, and ultimately foster an inclusive and thriving society. To achieve this goal, we require strong support and collaboration of all stakeholders, the government agencies, private sector, industry players, and the public. And perhaps here I would like to share a quotation here of members of this August House. If your actions inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And these were the words of John Quincy Adams, the 6th President of the United States. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, to conclude, I extend my appreciation to the Permanent Secretary and staff of the Ministry of Transport Sarawak for their commitment, dedication, and relentless pursuit to overcome challenges and transform the transport sector in Sarawak. Special thanks to all the agencies and stakeholders that have collaborated with my ministry, especially the Sarawak Rivers Board, Boys and Lights Board, Sarawak Metro, MKJR, members of SPTC and SUT, MSC, including the divisional level, JPJ, LPKP, PDRM, and Marine Department, Sarawak Region. I would like also to express my deep gratitude to Yang Berhormat Dato' Amar State Secretary, Yang Arif Dato' Sri Ted Attorney General, and Yang Berbahagia Dato' Sri Ted Financial Secretary for their continued support. My sincere appreciation and gratitude to Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, your deputy, and also your team for their dedication and efficiency in handling the proceedings of this August House. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, belum terlambat bagi saya untuk mengucapkan Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, Selamat Hari Wesak, Selamat Hari Ibu dan Selamat Hari Guru yang disambut dalam bulan Mei ini. Saya juga ingin mengucapkan selamat menyambut ulang tahun Sarawak Merdeka yang ke-60 tahun kepada semua warga Sarawak. Semoga kita terus maju dan makmur. Sebelum saya mengakhiri ucapan penggulungan ini, saya ingin menyampaikan 3 rangkap pantun. Bumi Sarawak pelbagai budaya menjadi kebanggaan setiap warga. GPS bekerja sedaya upaya, kebajikan rakyat sentiasa terjaga. Gunung Santubong, Gunung Serapi, tersergam indah mendabai hati. Sarawak maju bukanlah mimpi, pelaksanaan LRT sebagai bukti. Pekan Senadin di Bandaraya Miri, penduduknya mesra berbudi pekerti. Kementerian Pengangkutan teguh berdiri, walaupun muda hasilnya bererti. Izinkan saya juga, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, untuk mengambil kesempatan ini mengucapkan selamat Hari Gawai kepada semua warga Sarawak yang menyambutnya. Ngaji kita, gayu guru, gerai nyamai, lantang senang, nuan menua, celap lendap, bertua berlimpah, segulai sejalai, mai pemansang. Oha! Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, akhirnya saya dengan segala hormatnya menyokong penuh usul penghargaan di atas ucapan Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Sarawak. Terima kasih.
Ahli yang berhormat, the sitting is now adjourned. The House shall resume its sitting at 9 a.m. tomorrow.